all what I need to for the win.
Seems to landing that same shot over and over and over.
I know I control the fight, I control a situation, and I know where I need to do more.
I do everything better. I hit harder, I'm faster, stronger, younger, more athletic, got more heart. There's nothing that he can do better than me. May 20th, watch me whoop on an amateur. The youngest undisputed champion ever.
The Young King versus boxing royalty.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? I'm telling you, it's amazing how tables turn. It was 4 years ago, as Devin Haney keeps putting it out there, that he was Lomachenko's mandatory, and Lomachenko was refusing to fight Devin Haney. Now, understand, every other time Lomachenko had a mandatory, he would fight them right away. It didn't matter how many losses they had. It did not matter how flawed of a fighter they were. He would fight his mandatories immediately until Devin Haney became his mandatory. And that's when Lomachenko decided to surrender his belt rather than defend his WBC title. And now Devin Haney is holding that same belt that Lomachenko had before and all the other belts in the division. So with that being said, I just got done watching Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which I was really looking forward to watching because once again, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko is one of the most significant fights of the year. Matter of fact, to date, it is the most significant fight of the year. While Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia was the biggest event of the year to date, this is no doubt the most significant fight. This is a much bigger win if Devin Haney can pull it off and beat Vasily Lomachenko, and vice versa. If Lomachenko can pull off the upset and beat Devin Haney, it would clearly be a bigger win than Gervonta beating Ryan Garcia. So when it comes to this episode, I was actually really surprised that ESPN and Top Rank, they didn't focus on trying to make built-in excuses for why Lomachenko is going to lose the fight like they've been doing leading up to the fight. Now, they did talk about Devin Haney's youth versus Lomachenko's experience, which is usually the exact way you would expect them to promote a fight when it is a situation like this where you have the more experienced, older fighter versus the younger, inexperienced fighter. They had one segment showing Lomachenko going to church, and Lomachenko, he said that ever since he lost to Teofimo Lopez, he's been a complete new person. He's been a complete changed man. He said he was way too egotistical going into that fight, implying that that loss to Teofimo Lopez, it humbled him and made him a better fighter. But I'm not buying that at all, because we've seen the exact same Lomachenko in the Jermaine Ortiz fight that we seen also in the Comey fight and the Nakatani fight. When Loma was fighting against flat-footed fighters like Nakatani and Comey, Lomachenko, he looked great. Or as ESPN would put it, vintage Lomachenko. But when he fought against someone who knew how to box and had good distance and someone who could adjust more to Lomachenko's style, then Lomachenko, he was showing the same type of flaws that we seen him show when he fought against Jorge Linares or Teofimo Lopez, which proves it's a style problem and not an age problem, because we know if Lomachenko had a rematch with Nakatani or Comey, he would be just as impressive. He would be just as successful as he was in those fights before. Now, Devin Haney, he says he hits harder than Lomachenko. He's faster than him. He said there's nothing that Lomachenko can do better than him. And if that is the case, then we're going to see Devin Haney dominate Lomachenko the way no one has ever done before. It's still hard for me to believe that Devin Haney is just going to go in there and completely blow Lomachenko out of the water. But if he does, man, that would be impressive, because no one has ever just completely dominated Lomachenko before. Lomachenko is an extremely accurate puncher. That's why I really can't wait to see how this fight is going to play out and see if Devin Haney really is going to be able to take away Lomachenko's offense the way Teofimo Lopez was able to do it. But in that fight, once Lomachenko realized that he was really down on the scorecards, he picked it up. And Teofimo, he started to fade down the stretch, kind of the same way Jermaine Ortiz did, at least in the last 3 rounds of their fight. One of Lomachenko's best strengths is draining his opponents mentally. Even when Lomachenko is not throwing punches, he's constantly coming forward and throwing these feints, and it usually mentally fatigues a lot of his opponents. I don't know if that's going to work against Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is always in tip-top shape. Devin Haney usually looks just as fresh in the 12th round as he did in the first round. So I'm really looking forward to this fight. That was the first episode of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I believe there's going to be a second episode as well. But I'm going to wrap this one up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues. So make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.